right, let's go ahead and open up the doors to dailywithdoc.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, I am excited to be able to bring to you empowering information instead of the information that takes away all your powers and basically tells you you don't know anything. We give you information that is easy to understand, easy to implement, so that you also can find a better health journey, folks, because our bodies are not chemical deficient, they're nutrient deficient. And that's what you're going to hear on today's show, Daily with Doc. Now, for those of you who are joining us live, if you would like to ask a question of Dr. Wallach, because after his opening monologue, we will be having a Q&A session, make sure that you raise your hand. So go to that Zoom menu, click on reactions and raise hand, and I will be calling on people in the order that I see their hands raised. If you are out on any of the different platforms and watching as a live stream or even a replay, and you would like to join us, you are more than welcome to join us live Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time by going to dailywithdoczoom.com. Again, that is dailywithdoczoom.com. All together, no spaces. The program that you are about to hear is for educational purposes only. It's not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA does require us to let you know, and our products that are mentioned are not meant to diagnose, treat, cure any diseases. But folks, through the science of epigenetics, it brings us hope that we actually do have more control over our health journey than anyone else wants to let us be aware of. So without any further ado, if you were invited by this program by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them. This is a resource for an amazing community, and we want to make sure that the person that took the time and cared enough to share this program with you has the opportunity to continue to be every step of the way on your transformation of this health journey. Now, the doctor that we do have on this program has decades of not just research, but actually implementation of what he found through his research around the world, and starting in the animal world. He was actually part of conservation strategies to save the white rhino and other animals that were facing poor health conditions. And that wasn't enough for him. So he wanted to be part of saving the human race as well. And it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you Dr. Joel Wallach, who has a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture and Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctorate of Veterinary Medicine, with 3 postdoctorates in pathology, and a naturopathic physician. Everybody, welcome Dr. Joel Wallach. Hello, Dr. Wallach, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you, team, for being here and so helpful, and we're family, that's for sure. And basically, I want to keep moving forward because we've talked over the last year, I think, not quite, maybe almost a year, about osteoporosis of the skull. And there's so many diseases, like 130 something different diseases that are caused by osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the 12 pairs of cranial nerves and squeezing the spinal cord. And everybody knows that. And of course, here's the top pictures of a normal skull.
I got that for you.
Oh, thank you. And the bottom picture is that of osteoporosis of the skull. Okay, and I want you then now to go to page 22. Okay.
Got it.
There you go. And now we're going to talk about osteoporosis of the vertebrae. and arthritis of the disc between the vertebrae, because the disc between the vertebrae are kind of like the cartilage in your knees and your hips and that kind of stuff. And it's one of those things where you think about it. Okay, we've been talking for almost a year about all these diseases that are caused by osteoporosis of the skull. And now we've kind of moved down a little bit because the spinal cord is made in the brain, comes out of the back of the skull, goes down to your pelvis and splits. You have the two sciatic nerves, one goes left, one goes right. But between the skull and the sciatic nerves, you have all these different nerves going to the heart and the throat and to the eyes and ears, to the liver, to the intestines, to the lungs. It's kind of amazing. Now, we spend, I hope you're all sitting down. You've heard me say this many times before. We spend $626.8 billion a year just to treat, let's see here, osteoporosis of the skull. $626.8 billion a year in America. That's just America alone. Now, let's look at three communities, the United States, Canada, and the European Union. Combined, we spend $6.5 trillion a year dealing with osteoporosis, okay, of the skull, all of the vertebrae, and of course the disc between the vertebrae and so forth, okay? Women, 19.6%, almost 20% of women have problems with osteoporosis, and men 4.4%, because men tend to eat bones and bone soup and bone broth, and they the tendons and ligaments and stuff, and women don't tend to do that. And so that's why women have 5 times the amount of these problems as men, okay, because of their diet, okay? And so this is kind of interesting. When you look at that page 22 to 25, it goes into all these different diseases people get when you get osteoporosis of the vertebrae, okay, and degenerative disc disease between the vertebrae, because they're squeezing all the nerves from the skull all the way down to your toes. All right. Most people don't even realize that. Okay. And we spend 6.5 trillion with a T, $6.5 trillion each year for these three communities, the United States, Canada, and the EU, European Union, to treat just osteoporosis in humans. Just to treat the symptoms, 6.5 trillion. Of that 6.5 trillion, 2.3 trillion is Americans' expenses. Then you throw in the 626.8 billion for treating osteoporosis, it comes out to $3 trillion a year we're spending for treating the symptoms of osteoporosis and also the symptoms of arthritis and osteoporosis of the skull and so forth. Okay. This is, to me, was just driving me crazy, because all you have to do, just like we did for the skull, you read that book, it's all in the book, it's all in your head, okay? But the spinal cord stuff, okay, is featured in pages 22 to 27, okay? And it's one of those things where this is, what should I say, unimpeachable evidence. It's preventable, it's reversible, because bones tend to be very dynamic, and you give bones what they want, they heal very quickly. If you don't give them what they want, they fall apart very quickly, okay? And so this is one of those things where we can save an enormous amount of unnecessary misery. We can save everybody a lot of money. We can add many healthy years to their life. And of course, in those pages between 22 and 27, it goes into everything that your vertebrae, your disc between the vertebrae, and all the tendons and ligaments, and your pelvis and all that kind of stuff, down to your leg bones and so your arm bones and sciatic nerves and stuff, down to your toes and fingers. They all need these nutrients to just maintain function and not have these deficiency diseases. But if you get these deficiency diseases and you start taking the appropriate nutrition, and they're listed in those pages between 22 and 27, it tells you what to take. Okay, it lays out the formula. I mean, you can't go wrong there. It's put it in there for you. Okay. And so I want everybody to start thinking, okay, now we got everybody understanding that we needed to deal with the skull. Well, now we're adding to the skull the spinal cord, the spinal skeletal tissues, including the bones and the cartilage and the ligaments and tendons and connective tissue and so forth. And we can save an enormous amount of unnecessary misery. We can save an enormous amount of money. We're going to add many, many healthy years to people's lives by doing this. Okay. And it's all in this little bitty book. Okay. It's all in your head. And we probably should come up with another title. It's all in your head and your back. Oh, can't hear you. You're muted. You're muted.
All right, takes me
There you
a
are.
minute just to there, Doc. Just a moment. We could rename it. It's all in your head and butt,
Oh, there you
or
go.
between butt. So Dr. Wallach, tell us a little bit about what is Wallach's fibrosis dysplasia.
Okay, well, Wallach's fibrosis is just osteoporosis of the various bones and joints, okay, from the skull all the way down to your tailbone, down to your toes and your fingertips and so forth. And doctors want everybody to believe, well, you're getting old. This just happens because you're getting old. No, these are nutritional deficiencies. They're easily prevented and they're easily reversed. And so if you just say, oh, osteoporosis, people say, well, you're getting old, osteoporosis, you got to expect that. No. When you have these things, Wallach's dysplasia, okay, it's repairable within weeks. I don't care if you had it for years. It's repairable within weeks. And we have so many people will call up, they're crying. I say, are you all right? Well, yeah, I'm just so happy. I, went back and I had an MRI of my back, and my doctor said, we've never seen this before, but you had osteoporosis, of your spine for years, and you don't have it anymore. And so we're just sort of shocked, and because the patient did exactly as the book told him what to do. Okay, and so I'm so very, very excited about this. We can save everybody. Right now we're in 80 countries, and so this is going around the world, and we can help people add many, many, many healthy years to their life, and that's why we call it Wallach's fibrosis, because it's not just a disease of aging. Okay, this is something you're missing nutrients, and that's you're paying the price.
All right. And so the porosis, Dr. Wallach, when I think porosis, I think of holes and things not being solid and being more porous. So osteoporosis, osteo is bone, and then
Yes.
porous bone.
Yes, what happens is the minerals go away, and you're left with the connective tissue sort of skeleton inside the bones. Okay, and so we rebuild the bones on top of that skeletal. We rebuild the skeletal tissue back on the connective tissue. Okay, and which doctors never could figure out how to do that. They said, well, we're going to amputate your leg and give you an artificial leg so you won't have the pain anymore. And we won't have to worry about a fracture. Okay, we'll just cut your leg off, give you an artificial. That was their approach to it, was to give you an artificial leg. Okay, but we don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so we're very, very proud of that. And I'm so happy that I'm getting so many calls from people that, my doctor said, well, we're going to, be setting you up to get a leg replacement. And I tell them, ask them for 90 days. Have them give you 90 days, and you do what I tell you to do. And then when they go in at 30 days and 60 days and 90 days, the doctors say, well, we don't know why, but you don't have osteoporosis of the spine anymore. You don't have osteoporosis of the skull anymore. You don't have osteoporosis of your legs anymore. What am I going to do with this artificial leg that I bought?
That's a horrible question, Dr. Wallach. But I have a really good question, and that's coming from YouTube. What are some of the symptoms that would let us know that we may have osteoporosis of the skull?
Of the skull. Okay, well, let's just run down a few. Loss of the sense of smell, loss of the vision. Let's see here, you get pressure inside the eye, glaucoma. You get macular degeneration, which messes up with the lining in the eye. That's cranial nerve number 2. Cranial nerve number 3, ptosis. The pupil doesn't respond to light anymore. Cranial nerve number 4, double vision. Okay, pain in the eye. Cranial nerve number 5, trigeminal neuralgia. This is one of the biggest pain things people have is trigeminal neuralgia. Okay, squeezing the 5th cranial nerve, the skull. Double vision, strabismus. Again, squeezing the 6th cranial nerve. Then you have Bell's palsy. One side of the face will droop. Okay, the 7th cranial nerve is being squeezed. And then tinnitus, which is sort of like buzzing and ringing in the ears, deafness, and vertigo, dizziness. If you have all 3 of those, it's called Meniere's disease. And it was first diagnosed by Dr. Meniere in Europe. Okay. And so that's cranial nerve number 8, cranial nerve number 9, loss of the gag reflex, sense of taste, your voice changes. That's the 9th cranial nerve being squeezed. And people say, I don't know, I must be getting old. My voice is changing. Well, that's because the skull is squeezing that 9th cranial nerve. Okay. And then the 10th cranial nerve, gastroparesis. I mean, this is very painful, where the 10th cranial nerve is squeezing that nerve going down to your stomach. But also, you get hiccups because the branch of that goes to your diaphragm. And also, you get AFib, atrial fibrillation, or rapid heart rate, tachycardia, or slow heart rate, bradycardia. It's not the heart. It's the skull squeezing that nerve, the 10th cranial nerve. And then the cranial nerve number 11, loss of trapezius, ability to raise your hands above your head. I can't do it anymore, okay? And then cranial nerve number 12, you get atrophy of the tongue, you lose your sense of taste, you can't swallow. So when you have cranial nerve number 9 and 12 being squeezed, you're in trouble, okay? And doctors want to cut you open and take your voice box out and all that kind of stuff and give you a feeding tube and everything because you can't swallow food and everything anymore, okay? But this is all easily reversed, okay? With just the nutritional program is laid out in the front part of the book for the skull, and it's from the middle of the book to the back of the book for osteoporosis of the skull system, below the skull.
Now, Joe has a question, Dr. Wallach, and he wants to know what kind of fiber builds up in he says, decaying skull. Is it connective tissue?
Yeah, it's connective tissue. It's just like threads of connective tissue, okay? And this is what minerals lay on those threads to make bone, okay? It's just like your car tires. You know, you have the fibers inside the rubber, inside the tires, so you have the maximum strength. Same principle.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. So great introduction. I love the fact that you went over, the osteoporosis of the parts of the back too. So, but if you've got osteoporosis in your finger or your toe, chances are you've got osteoporosis breaking down that bone throughout the whole entire body.
That's correct. Higher up.
Higher up, all the way up to the top, folks. Yep. So osteoporosis of the skull, osteoporosis, period, is a nutritional deficiency based on what you just said.
That's correct. It's not an aging thing because babies are born with Erb's palsy, which is osteoporosis from the neck down in newborn babies. Okay, they're paralyzed from the neck down because they have osteoporosis. They're born with it because the mother didn't have all the nutrients necessary, or if she was taking them, she was eating gluten and couldn't absorb them.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. I know there's a lot of people that are dealing with some of the symptoms that you read off as you were going down through the different cranial nerves. And that's just a start, folks. So many other symptoms that are associated with osteoporosis.
Yeah, I was going to say digestion, respiration, because all those nerves come off of the spinal cord, have to go between the bones, through the bones, to the other parts of the body. And when you get osteoporosis, the bony tissue, the connective tissue, is bigger than normal bone. And so it squeezes all those nerves, and you get all this stuff going on in other places. And this is why I always ask people, how many times you wake up at night to go to the bathroom to urinate? 1, 3 times, 5 times? It's kind of crazy. I wake up 10 times a night, like once every hour to go urinate. Okay, and I'm not drinking all that much water. What's happening there? Okay, well, that's because the skull and the spinal cord are squeezing the nerves. Okay, they're telling your urinary bladder to urinate.
So the nerves are like the highway between the brain and other parts of the body that then communicates.
Yeah, the target area, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. Folks, you probably know somebody, if not yourself, dealing with something that Dr. Wallach just mentioned. It's a nutritional deficiency, as he mentioned, and there are simple things that we can do to overcome. I mean, there's words that I can't use that you can, but tell
Repair.
us, I'm sorry.
You can repair, you can rebuild.
Well, tell us, what is it, Dr. Wallach, specifically that you would recommend for somebody who has osteoporosis, period?
Okay, well, they need the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. And to that, I would throw in let's see here, the Osteo FX. I would also throw in vitamin D3. I'm throwing the Rebound or Sports Drink, and they they're available to the tissues that need repairing. The tissues are looking for raw materials. That's why you have pain when you have osteoporosis. Okay, and once you give your body what it needs, the pain goes away, and the bones go back to their normal size. Because when you lose the minerals out of your bones, trying to maintain strength, the connective tissue, the scar tissue builds up, and so the bones are thicker, okay, but they're not stronger. They're actually weaker, but they're bigger diameter than they were when they had normal bone minerals.
Okay. Now, I know collagen peptides is a building block for connective tissue. Is that something that you would add to it as well?
Yeah, collagen peptides. Well, you hear me all the time when I talk to people that have bone and joint problems. The Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, excuse me, MSM. Take 3 of those twice a day for 100 pounds body weight. Take the, let's see here, collagen peptides, a scoop of that with the morning drink and the evening drink. And the collagen peptides comes from 4 different species of animal bones. So we're talking about fish, poultry, sheep, and beef. Okay. Our original just came from beef only, glucogel. We made for Theo Ratliff, we made the first Healthy Bone and Joint Pack for him. It was just a Healthy Start Pack with the 90 essential nutrients. And we made the glucogel from beef collagen for him. Worked for him.
Worked for me.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach, for that. And let's go ahead and start taking some questions. We've got several hands up. So let's go to the first question. And Michael, go ahead and unmute yourself. How are you today, sir?
Okay, I'm perfect.
Beautiful. What question do you have for Dr. Wallach today?
Okay, my question is not on the osteoporosis prognosis. It's it's about renal cell carcinoma, the chromophobe variant. I'm at I think stage 2, and the doctors want to do a radical nephrectomy with my entire kidney. But I'm under the faith that I can keep my kidney. So what are some things I can work on, most importantly, to continue to keep my kidney? It's functioning perfectly, but I have that tumor on there, and I get a little inflammation sometimes, like when I work or when I drink or eat certain things.
Okay. Now, is this a benign, non-cancerous tumor, or is this a
It,
benign tumor?
it's cancerous. It's the chromophobe variant.
Okay.
They say this, but
Okay. Well, here's the deal, Michael. When you have cancer any place, it's potentially a life-threatening issue. And if is it in
Mhm.
one kidney or both?
This is the one. It's on one
Okay.
kidney,
Okay.
left
Well,
lower left colon.
okay, you only have it in one kidney. And so
Okay.
if you have it in one kidney, you want to pray on that and find out, do you just want to have that one kidney removed? Because the healthy kidney can do what it needs to do to give you all the function of a normal kidney. And so if I were in your position, I would go ahead and remove the one is cancerous, because it'll be shedding cancer cells in your bloodstream. It'll be going everywhere in your brain and your lungs, and you don't want that. And so you want to pray on that and decide what you want to do. But again, you want your immune system. Your immune system makes the white blood cells and the antibodies to go kill and eat cancer cells. And so our immune system is in the bone marrow. And so this is, again, where you want the healthy brain and heart pack. You look like a big fella. You weigh what, 200 and something? What do you weigh?
Yeah, like 270.
Okay. Okay, 270, almost 300 pounds. Okay. All right. So a minimum, you want 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. And finances are not an issue. I'd go with 3 healthy brain and heart packs a month. If you can get 3, I would take a dose of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you can only afford 2, I would take a dose of breakfast and dinner. And then you want to get a hold of the MSM, get 2 bottles of MSM. So you take 3 of those at breakfast, at lunch, at dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone, makes bone itself. Okay. And but it also fixes the bone marrow, which is what makes your white blood cells, your antibodies, which is your defenses against cancer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to do that. So you want your defenses against cancer, and then pray on it and get other opinions and find out if what they think about removing that one kidney with the cancer in it and leaving the healthy kidney in. Okay. The good Lord gave us 2 kidneys for a reason. And of course, it's just like you have 2 legs and 2 arms, 2 eyes. And so you have a pair and a spare kind of thing going on. And so, you just have to think, okay, am I just going to risk a couple of those cells breaking loose out of this cancerous kidney and going to my brain? Then what are you going to do? Okay. And so I would pray on that and talk to other people, okay, and speak to other doctors and get other opinions and make your decision which way you're going to go. Okay, and then let us know, and we can all pray with you and for you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. Keep us informed.
I will.
Thank you, Michael. And Dr. Wallach, would
Yeah.
you recommend adding in the fucoid Z or the Z radical? I know that fucoidin has a lot of studies that relate to the C word.
Yeah, and yeah, anything that raises your immune system, that helps your immune system, and of course, the fucoid Z liquid. We have the all kinds of stuff. Make your bones healthy and happy, especially the bone marrow. And this is where the collagen and the collagen peptides do that.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. So now my next question, Dr. Wallach, is coming from Eric out on YouTube. Eric wants to know, how do you deal with H. pylori and ulcers? So Eric's 29 years old, 5'6", 75 kilograms. That's what, just under 150 pounds or just over?
A little more, just a little more than 150 pounds. Okay. Okay, 150 pounds. Okay. And so let's see here. He's got H. pylori. Okay, he's got stomach ulcers, right? And
Yes, H. pylori and stomach.
He's got osteoporosis of the skull. Okay, squeezing that 10th cranial nerve, that vagus nerve. Okay, can be causing terrible pain in the stomach. So there's
Dr. Wallach, if they've ran tests and they've confirmed that there is H. pylori present.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, H. pylori, this is what colloidal silver is for. Colloidal silver will kill all bacteria, fungus, yeast, and so forth, including H. pylori. Colloidal silver, 4 doses a day.
Okay.
Okay. There's no alcohol in it, so it doesn't burn if there's an open wound someplace.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And let's go to the next hand that is up. And Kathy, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hi, how can we help you?
Hi. I want to know. I have a friend, and she had bad diarrhea, even when she don't eat a lot of food. So, what would you recommend?
Okay, how old is she? What does she weigh?
She about 60 years old. She weigh about 125 pounds.
Okay. Are you close to her? Do you know that she, waking up 5 times a night to go to the bathroom or anything like that?
No, I don't know that.
Okay, yeah, you might ask her. Yeah, if she has diarrhea, she could be eating gluten or buckwheat. And that can be causing diarrhea because they lose those villi, those little finger-like projections in your intestine to help you absorb nutrition. Got to get rid of wheat, brown, rye, and oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, brown, rye, and oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet drinks got to go and carbonated water's got to go because they neutralize stomach acids so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. She needs to get a hold of the Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, 300 pages of safe recipes in cooking. It also has the good food, bad food list in there, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. And then also, let's see here, at 125 pounds, I want her to have one healthy brain and heart pack per month, a half a dose of everything twice a day, one bottle of MSM, so you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And again, that's going to help rebuild the bone marrow for white blood cells and that sort of thing to help with the defenses. Okay, but also you want absorption. Okay, so you got to get rid of all that bad foods, and then don't forget the ultimate enzymes. Take the ultimate enzymes, 2 or 3 of those before each meal. That will help there. And let's see here. I think that's where we want to start.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. And Dr. Wallach, I have a question that's coming in off of Facebook. We have a 73-year-old male. Let's see, weight is 76 kilograms.
Oh.
He has a benign prostatic hyperplasia and kidney stones. So he is on some pharmaceuticals for the kidney stones. And also a pharmaceutical for prostate, and he gets frequent urinary infections.
Okay. And it could be since, waking up at night, maybe 3, 5, 8, 10 times, and doctors are just interpreting that as a prostate issue. We see the same thing in women. Okay, women don't have prostates, but, they're going to blame it on the prostate because they can do surgery and, make a little bit of money for their kids' tuition at school. Okay. At any rate, let's see here. Kidney stones are caused by actually calcium deficiency. Doctors get it all wrong. They say, oh, you got to stop taking calcium. No, kidney stones are caused by deficiency of calcium. And so your body's pulling calcium out of your bones. And if it pulls too much out, it'll precipitate into your kidneys as a kidney stone. Okay. So kidney stones are a signal that you have a deficiency of calcium in your diet, and your body's pulling the calcium out of your bones, trying to maintain proper blood levels of calcium. And that's what's happening here. Okay. And you want to get somebody else to kind of look at an MRI or something like that of the prostate and see what's going on there. Is the prostate really got something wrong with it? Or are they just thinking there's something wrong with it because there's kidney stones and, who knows?
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. And did you give the full protocol for that?
Well, yeah, they need, let's see here, 150 pounds, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, full dose everything twice a day, 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time, 1 scoop twice a day of the collagen peptides, 1 scoop of the morning drink, 1 scoop of the evening drink. Okay. And don't forget the rebound or sports drink. It's another source of minerals. Okay. I'm going to raise the source of minerals, and that'll stop pulling minerals out of the bones. All righty.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. And let's go to the next hand that is up. And John, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hi, John. How are you? Let's try one more time. There you go.
Am I unmuted?
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. I've got something over my face. I can't see myself, but if you can see me, that's great.
Yes.
I actually sent in an email or whatever you call it a little earlier, so I'm not going to go there just right now. But I had a surfing accident several years ago, and I jammed my neck really hard. And fortunately, I didn't break it. I mean, with the incident that took place, I could have been quadriplegic. So I am blessed that that did not happen. But the thing that concerns me is I had an X-ray recently that showed a couple of vertebrae in my neck that appeared to be fusing. Is that something that is reversible?
Of course. Were you here on the beginning of our show today?
Yeah, I heard some of it. That's one of the reasons I raised this question.
Yeah, because the vertebrae are separated by the disc.
Correct.
Okay, which are sort of like soft cartilage that you might have in your hips and your knees and your fingers and shoulders and that kind of stuff. Okay. And so it's one of those things where you want to, okay, kind of think like a teenager. Get a hold of my book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, 300 pages of safe recipes. Has a good food, bad food list in there. Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. And then, how much do you weigh, sir?
Well, I started on the 2.5 about 2 months ago, and I weighed 194. I
Okay.
weighed this morning at 171.
Okay, so you're 171 now. Okay.
Right.
So, all right. So, you want to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown rye oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet drinks got to go, and also the carbonated water got to go. They neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb nutrition or digest food. And then you want 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. Full dose of everything twice a day, 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, and dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone makes bone itself, everything from the skull, down your spine, hips, shoulders, knees, elbows, fingers, toes, all that will regrow. Okay, as long as you're alive, I don't care if you're 120, you can regrow joints and bones. Okay.
So does that mean I have to give up ice cream?
Nope.
No, it does not. Because, you know, if Dr. Wallach had to give up his ice cream, he would be a cranky old man. Dr. Wallach, not a cranky old man. So, no, you just have to read labels, and you're going to find that there are more and more options when it comes to gluten-free on the market when it comes to even ice cream.
Yep, gluten-free ice cream, absolutely.
So,
All right, thank you.
You bet. Keep in
All
touch.
right.
Call us every couple of weeks. Let us know how it's going.
Yep.
thank you, John. And I did receive your question. I'm going to be responding to that.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, Dr. Wallach, let's move right over to Cindy. Cindy, go ahead and unmute yourself. You were unmuted for a moment. Unmute yourself, please. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my sound went down really low, but it was just about everything you said, Dr. Wallach. I was just wondering with the lymphatic system, because a lot of people, when they go to the doctor, they just want to lay down and stay there after taking some of those drugs. I know we have to get up and move to get the lymphatic system going. So when there are older people, you know, like over 50 or 60, I guess just walking and working in the garden, is that just kind of good to add to everything else that we're doing?
Yeah, exercise. You know, a reasonable level of exercise is a good thing for helping to circulate blood and lymph and all that kind of stuff. And so, but you need more. You need nutrition. Okay. You need more than just exercise. You need to avoid the bad stuff. Okay. Again, but exercise is a good thing. You can overdo it. You know, you can overdo anything. You can overdo drinking too much water. Okay. I mean, so you have to put everything in balance. You know, weigh yourself every couple of days or every day, depending on, you know, you come in the house and jump on the scale before you take your shower after you've done your exercise, kind of thing. And and it doesn't hurt once a year to get a hair analysis. Get a hold of that book, Rare Earths and Cures. Go to chapter 1011, page 272. Tells you how to collect the hair, where to ship it, because you can't get this information from a blood test. It goes into all the levels of the nutritional minerals, as well as all the levels of the bad toxic minerals, you know, like lead and mercury and uranium and that kind of stuff. And so, you know, we have to participate in our own defense. You can't wait until you have some clinical thing going on, something really bad. You go to the doctor, oh, we got to put you in the hospital and run a bunch of tests. And then you get killed with one of the tests. Okay.
Yes.
So you want to be doing as many of these things as you can yourself. And if you're doing the longevity business as a business, in your business plan, you put in there that your business will pay for your health care, including your maintenance and health test and supplement program and so forth. And so it's a win-win-win situation if you do everything correctly and participate in your own health. Don't just say, well, I go see the doctor every year. Well, that's not good enough. Okay.
Right. And thank you, Dr. Wallach, for helping us to be more aware of the blue zone and the green zone. We're bringing that back. Thank you.
All right.
I'm
Thank
one of
you.
your coaches. So yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. And Dr. Wallach, I have some questions coming in from YouTube and Facebook. And the question that I have from YouTube is coming from Penny. So Penny is 69 years old, 5'9", 210 pounds. She's taken the 90 essential or 90 for life for a few years now. She's almost gluten-free, but her thinking is still not clear and sharp. Vision was not what it was. Reading is no longer enjoyable. She has arthritis, cervical and lumbar stenosis, moderate, GERD, stress, but I can't read what's under the rest of the word.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's wanting to know what would be a protocol that you could recommend for her that's also going to help to clear up and make her thinking sharp again.
Okay, well, she's getting rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet ones got to go, and carbonated water got to go. Then I want her to get that book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, 300 pages of safe recipes and cooking methods and so forth. It also has the good food, bad food list in that book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. Then at 210 pounds, I want her to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose of something twice a day. She eats 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so she could take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, discs between the vertebrae, bone, race blood cell, as well as the bone marrow to make white blood cells and antibodies and red blood cells and platelets and all that kind of stuff. Let's see here. And then you're talking about sharp thinking, sharp vision, all that kind of stuff. Again, we have occutive. Take a couple, 2 or 3 of those twice a day. In addition to your 90 essential nutrients, take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, a full dose of that twice a day. The MSM, we already talked about. The collagen peptides, a scoop of that with a morning drink, scoop of that with the evening drink. Don't forget the Rebound or a sports drink. You'd have 1 or 2 of those a day at, at 218 pounds or 210 pounds. I can't read my own writing here. It's one of those things where having at least 1 Rebound would be good a day because you're getting another 100 nutrients by doing that. Okay. And the Sharp Vision, the Occutive, 3 of those twice a day. Vision FX, 3 of those twice a day. And the GERD has to do with, it could be the stomach, okay, reacting to the diet, or it could be the stomach reacting to the skull being squeezed and or the spinal column being squeezed, okay, from osteoporosis. And so you have to deal with all that, okay?
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And the next question is coming from Rebecca out on Facebook. She says her sis is going through chemo for breast cancer. They say that she's anemic and white blood count is high. She's dehydrated and wants to know what supplements that she could be taking. So let's go by 100 pounds, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, go by 100 pounds, okay? Well, get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown rhinos, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks and the carbonated water got to go. And then per 100 pounds of body weight, I would have her take one healthy brain and heart pack per month. If she only weighs 110 pounds, it'd be a half a dose of breakfast, half a dose of dinner times. If she weighs 140, 150 pounds or more, she needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose twice a day. Then she needs, let's see here, I'd also have her take the MSM, take 3 of those at the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That'd be 2 bottles a month, and that will support maintenance, repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, and including the bone marrow, where your white blood cells and antibodies are made, which goes after and kills cancer cells. Okay, so that's important to make your bone marrow happy. Okay, and let's see here. I would also use the rebound or sports drink. She should also use the sports drink. And so let's go there. It wouldn't hurt to do a hair analysis to see if she has any toxic metals in her. You cannot tell from a blood test. Again, the book Rare Earths and Cures, chapter 10 and 11, start at page 272, tells you how to collect the hair, how to package it, where to ship it. Don't forget to put the check in there because the lab won't run the test without it. And then just, follow what needs to be done based on the results. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Wallach. Do you have time for one more?
If it's a quickie.
Okay. AJ, do you got a quick one? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, Doc. Cedric out on YouTube wants to know what we would do about attempting to get off of dialysis.
Okay. Somebody's on dialysis, they need to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown rhinos, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet ones got to go, and carbonated water got to go. And then per 100 pounds of body weight, they need 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. If they only weigh 100 pounds, it'd be a half a dose twice a day. If they weigh 135, 140 pounds or more, it'd be a full dose twice a day. Again, I'd go with the, excuse me, let's see here. Did
you say Ultimate Daily Classic, Doc?
Yeah, it's celiac disease. Is that right? Is that what was said?
No, kidney. They're wanting to get off dialysis.
Oh, dialysis. That's right. Thank you. Dialysis. Yeah, well, dialysis need the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. They're small bottles, and it will make the kidneys work better. Okay, and we take people that haven't urinated in 10 years, and they're on dialysis 6 days a week. We put them on this program we just laid out. Okay, with a healthy, let's see here, the healthy start pack. Okay,
brain and heart.
Brain and heart pack. Yeah, but they also need the they need the
Sweeties?
Huh?
Any sweeties involved with blood sugar, or?
No, this isn't blood sugar. This is has to do with kidney function. Okay, so we need the Beyond Osteo FX, 3 of those at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. That'll be 2 bottles a month, and that's going to. And so this one person again was on dialysis 6 days a week for 10 years. Hadn't urinated in 10 years. In 2 weeks' time, they're urinating, so they dropped the dialysis down to 3 days a week, and in 2 more weeks, they're totally normal, and so they took them off of dialysis completely. Okay, so even if you're really, really in trouble with your kidneys can heal and function and go back to working if you give it everything it needs. Okay,
And we don't want to forget that ultimate daily classic, as it promotes circulation of the blood through even the kidneys.
That's correct.
All right.
And
Thank
of
you
course,
so much.
yeah, the kidneys are the one to deal with the blood pressure. Okay, blood pressure. And so, the kidneys, if it's not happy, it'll release hormones and make the blood pressure go up.
So again,
Thank you, Doc.
it's not necessarily a heart issue.
Okay, I got to run, kiddo.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach, for joining us here on Daily with Doc. Folks, you've been listening to almost an hour of empowering information that is allowing you to be able to make choices based on the research, not just what was found or what they think is going to chemically mask a symptom, but actually looking at the nutritional deficiencies that were found through autopsy when a disease occurred. So that, to me, I think is more important than ever looking at, okay, what's going to stop this symptom? No, what started the symptom, folks? Let's look at that. Let's go deeper. And when you give your body what it's designed to have from the beginning, you're going to eliminate a lot of pain and distress and discomfort and all those awful things later in life. And it's not too late. So I'm very thankful that it was not too late for me. If I could have my co-hosts on the screen with me, that would be much appreciated. Folks, this program is being sponsored by Daily with Doc. I have a team of amazing coaches, and these are just a few of them who help us bring this information to you free of charge. Now, of course, what Dr. Wallach is recommending is not free. It's an investment into you, your health, yourself, your family. And whenever you take a look at what you're eating and eliminate the things that have actually caused or contributed to poor health conditions, and then add in the nutrients that the body has been starving for, the body can do some amazing things. We've all experienced the benefits of what the body can do when we follow Dr. Wallach's recommendations, and we are inviting you to do the same. I am so thankful for my executive production manager, Ruth Ellen Sanchez, who helps keep us organized and make sure everything is in there. The assistant to the executive production manager, AJ, who helps us make sure that we've got everything streaming where we can stream, and making sure that we're meeting people where we're at. As you know, technology is absolutely fabulous. And as we discover that technology always doesn't work the way we want it to, when we want it to work, AJ is my right hand when it comes to figuring it out and making it happen. So thank you, AJ, for that. And for Marilyn, who is dictating everything that Dr. Wallach is mentioning as protocols and recommendations for people in the show. She is putting that into typed text here in the Zoom room, which is one of the greatest benefits of being here live with us Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time at dailywithdoczoom.com. And we have Albert, who is joining us on the road. And that's something that I think is pretty spectacular, folks. No matter where we're at, as long as we have internet connection, we can plug in and do our part in helping a greater community. So thank you so much, Albert, from joining us somewhere in South Africa today in your travels. And it's actually nighttime for him, folks, middle of the night, in fact. And we just appreciate your dedication. And that's one thing that I absolutely love about the people that are within our Longevity family. They believe in something so much that they have that dedication to make sure that people are getting the information that they can then implement in their own lives to benefit them, not just the here and now, but in the future as well. If you have a desire to be part of something like this, please get back with the person that shared this program with you. Also get back with them if you have a condition that you would like to have a more natural approach to in using nutrition. get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there is nobody to thank, I do have my amazing team. We can be reached at 855-949-3377. That's 855-949-3377. You can also go to our website. And on our website, we have the contact option, and that will send us an email. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. With our newsletter, we're not going to spam you with a whole bunch of stuff. We will send to you weekly previous week's shows with descriptions and quick links so that you can review and share with other people. We also have a newsletter that is getting ready to start that's going to give you more information that helps you see within the body and how those nutrients really do help to support it. So I just want to make sure that everybody is not missing out. And if you are sharing this program, we'd like to thank you. So make sure that you are signed up and registered for our giveaway at dwdgiveaway.com, where as you are sharing, you can earn points and thank you gifts from me and the team. So everybody, thank you again so much for joining us. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the leader of this team and also the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health, we invite you to make an impact in your own health and in the health of those you know and love, because together, as we are working as individuals, we can reach around the world for a healthier, happier world. Till next time, bye for now.